I was in the kitchen when the knock came. Sharp, furious, and demanding. 3 hard bangs. A pause. Then 3 more. I didn't rush to the door. Instead, I quietly dried my hands, eyes fixed on the beads of condensation sliding down my glass of bourbon. The sound came again, a voice this time trembling with anger. Where is she? Where's your wife? The voice belonged to her boss. He stood at the doorway, tie hanging loose, face flushed red, veins straining against his temples. Behind him, my wife hovered in silence, frozen, startled. She hadn't imagined he'd follow her here. Not after the party. Not after everything that happened that night. He jabbed a finger toward me, words slicing through the air. The company. Your lawyer just called. What the hell did you make him do? I tilted my head slightly. Make him? No, I didn't make anyone do anything. I simply executed a plan. Once, she had been my calm in the noise. The woman who sat cross-legged on the counter while I cooked, softly humming Sinatra. Back then we were good. The kind of good that convinces you life doesn't owe you another blessing. When she landed her new job, I was proud. Proud enough to ignore the long hours, the late meetings, the company dinners. I told myself she was building something worthwhile. We were building something, but then the cracks appeared. Small things at first. A new scent clinging to her clothes. The silence that followed a buzzing phone. A faint laugh she didn't mean for me to hear. One night, her phone lit up on the nightstand. A message glowed on the screen. Can't wait to see you again. Same place. His name was pinned to her favorites list. Her boss. I didn't confront her. Not then. I simply watched, listened, collected. When her birthday came around, I decided to draw the line. Calmly, I told her, if you invite your boss tonight, I'm done. She smiled, pressed a kiss to my cheek, and said I was overreacting. Later that night, my phone buzzed with a photo, her party table lit with fairy lights, her hand resting on his shoulder. A small tag on his plate read, my most special guest. I didn't respond. I didn't even go. That night, sleep was out of reach. Instead, I went to my study and opened the folder I'd been quietly building for months. Screenshots, emails, voice recordings, even a few late-night videos from that restaurant they thought was private enough. I'm not a violent man. But I do understand power, and in their polished corporate world, power means leverage. The next morning, I called my lawyer. Together, we drafted something clean, quiet, and deadly. Not against her, but him, a whistleblower claim. Workplace harassment, coercion, misuse of company funds for personal entertainment. Every receipt was traced. Every photograph matched with its timestamp. Every lie neatly documented. By the time she leaned over her birthday cake to blow out the candles, he was already being questioned by his company's internal review board. When the corporate office called a week later, I played the role of the anxious husband perfectly. Yes, I told them. She's been under a lot of stress. Yes. There were inappropriate advances. Yes. I have proof. They thanked me for my honesty, assured me they'd handle everything quietly, and they did. They always do. Within days, he was suspended, then erased from the company like he'd never existed. When they asked for a written statement, I made sure it wasn't mine they filed. It was hers. A message she'd sent him weeks earlier, half flirtation, half confession. All I had to do was adjust the framing, and her words did the rest. So when he came storming into our house tonight, shaking, red-faced, shouting that his lawyer had just called, I finally rose from my chair. You should go, I told her, her voice cracked. What did you do, Mark? I warned you, I said quietly. If you invited him, I was done. I didn't think it would go this far. You never do. He lunged toward me, but I stepped between them, calm and steady. Leave, I said, before you make this worse for yourself. He froze, eyes burning, realization sinking in like poison. Then he turned to her, voice breaking with rage. You think he did this for you? He did this to you. She flinched as he stormed out, the door slamming behind him. Silence followed, thick and heavy. She sank onto the couch, shaking. I poured another drink. You ruined him, she whispered. No, I said evenly. He ruined himself. You just gave him the match. Her eyes met mine, wide, guilty, fractured. You planned this. All of it, I nodded. You just gave me the perfect opportunity. That night, I left. Took only what mattered. By morning, she'd have divorce papers waiting, already signed, dated the day before her birthday party. I didn't leave a note. I didn't have to. The world would soon know her boss was finished, her career in ashes, her name tangled in his downfall. And me? I'd be gone, quiet, precise, untouchable. People say revenge consumes both sides. Maybe they're right. But I don't feel consumed. I feel complete, because I meant every word I ever said. When she crossed the line, I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I just kept my promise. I walked away and let the fire chase her home.